everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. We have a well-known Bitcoin advocate recommending buying more Bitcoin sooner than later. And so we're going to be talking about that in this video. There's potentially a huge announcement coming tomorrow for Bitcoin. We also have a Bitcoin price prediction for 2025, right? Pushing the price of Bitcoin well above $100,000. We also have Paul Tudor, a large hedge fund manager worth $8 billion, stating that he is long Bitcoin. So we're going to be talking about all of that information in this video. If you enjoy this type of content, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it here. Let's take a look at the chart for Bitcoin. We can see we're currently trading at about $66,400, and we are still forming this large cup and handle pattern. Now this has been forming since November of 2021. And so we can see here the handle pattern, we have broke to the upside of that. And so if we go ahead and take a closer look at that here, we can see that we have broken out of the channel, right? We have broke to the upside there. Now we have come down and we are confirming the breakout, right? Now this would be very bullish here if we continue to hold here. We are turning the previous resistance into support, which would be very bullish moving forward, especially with the potential announcement coming tomorrow for Bitcoin. And so it's definitely something to be paying attention to. If you are interested in trading Bitcoin or other assets, you can check out the link underneath the video to Margex, which will allow you to leverage trade different cryptocurrencies. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the price prediction here from Bernstein. They are predicting that Bitcoin will hit $200,000 by the end of 2025. And so we have seen many predictions out there, right? We've seen predictions from Michael Saylor. We have seen predictions from Kathy Woods. And those show that it's going well above $1 million. Now, I think $200,000 here is a very good prediction. I think this is definitely possible moving forward towards the end of 2025. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the information that I'm talking about here from Dennis Porter. And so one of the most important Bitcoin announcements this year will take place tomorrow. And so it has the ability to shift the 2024 election and dramatically improve the political landscape for Bitcoin. It's that big, right? And so some more information on this here. We have this from Mike Germano. That breaking tomorrow, Dennis Porter is going to announce a U.S. state will be placing Bitcoin on its state treasury. And so there's a lot of rumors on what this could be, right? I mean, if we look at some more information here from Dennis Porter, we have en route to Lugano today, right? In Switzerland, there's a conference going on the 25th and 26th. And so he'll be giving a big talk at the Bitcoin Plan B conference. I'll also be making an additional announcement at the end of my talk. The world is rapidly changing. I recommend buying more Bitcoin sooner than later. And so we have Dennis here stating that there's going to be a large Bitcoin announcement tomorrow. And so if we take a look at some of the possibilities of that, right, we have Senator Loomis here that introduced the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve legislation on July 31st, 2024. And so this will establish a decentralized network of secure Bitcoin vaults operated by the United States Department of Treasury, and the requirements ensuring the highest level of physical and cybersecurity for the nation's Bitcoin holdings. And so this will be to implement a 1 million unit Bitcoin purchase program over a set period of time to acquire a total stake of approximately 5% of the total Bitcoin supply, mirroring the size and scope of gold reserves held by the United States. And so this would be massive, right? However, we may be looking at this from a state perspective, right? Wyoming here could be adopting something very similar to that. And so that's something definitely to be paying attention to, right? That could be massive news. This would be one of the first states to adopt a Bitcoin strategic treasury at the state level. And so Wyoming also has their stablecoin token act as well. They mentioned that this will be launching here in Q1 of 2025. And so we could be getting news on this here very shortly as well. And so that's something else that's very bullish for the state of Wyoming. And so as I mentioned, a well-known hedge fund manager is also long Bitcoin. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this clip.
In all of the things you're saying, are you off buying gold and Bitcoin and
I think all roads lead to inflation. We're going to end up but does all roads lead to inflation? Therefore, gold is a good investment. Is Bitcoin a good investment to you? I'm long gold. I'm long Bitcoin. I think commodities are so ridiculously underowned. So I'm long commodities. I think most young people find their inflation hedges via the NASDAQ. That's also been great. It's probably some combination. I probably have some basket of gold, Bitcoin, commodities, and NASDAQ, something like that. And I would own zero fixed income. If I had my cash, it'd be very short term. The playbook to get out of this, you see it in Japan right now. They have 2% inflation, 30 basis points overnight. They don't want to raise rates. The playbook to get out of this is that you inflate your way out.
And so we can see there that Paul Tudor is very bullish on Bitcoin and commodities, right? Inflation is continuing to spike. We just had news today that Canada cut basis points by another 50 points. in Canada, right? We could see a rate cut coming up here in November, which could be 25 basis points in the United States. And so that's definitely something that could be very bullish as well, right? But if we take a look at a comparison here between gold and Bitcoin, right? Gold has been continuing to go up since it broke out earlier this year. We have gold currently trading around $2,700 right now. And so if we have a comparison here between gold and Bitcoin, we can see that Bitcoin has not followed gold. However, it typically does. However, there is a delay, right? We can see that before in the past, in 2020, we can see that gold has broken out, right? It led the way, and then later we saw Bitcoin go up, right? And so we see a very similar trend here. We can see again that gold started to consolidate, and then once it consolidated, we started to see it move upwards. Now I do expect Bitcoin to follow this, especially once we break out of this channel. We may come down and retest that as support. And so this is definitely something to be paying attention to, right? I mean, inflation's continuing to spike up, and I think that Bitcoin is going to be the hedge against inflation. Now, Bitcoin only has 21 million Bitcoin, right? This is the only asset in the entire world that actually has a hard cap, right? I mean, yes, land is limited. However, you can always build up more, right? I mean, you can build skyscrapers on land. Gold is limited. However, if the price continues to spike up here, people are going to be searching for more and more gold. We do not know where gold exists, right? You may find a jackpot of gold. However, with Bitcoin, we know that there's 21 million that are ever going to exist. And right now, there's only about 6% of that remaining. And so once it does stop being produced, we're going to see hedge funds and financial institutions buying up Bitcoin, right? I mean, that's definitely going to start happening. We already can see that with BlackRock and Larry Fink. They are accumulating more Bitcoin than we can imagine, right? And we're going to see institutions continuing to buy Bitcoin. Tesla stated today that they're still holding on to their Bitcoin, right? They did move it from a different wallet last week. However, they're still holding on to that. And so I definitely think we're going to see more and more of that happening, especially coming into the new year. There is a new tax plan for cryptocurrency starting in January, which will be much better for institutions and companies holding Bitcoin. And so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. Also, let me know underneath the video in the comment section what you think the announcement could be tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.